I revived my interest in painting in 2012 while still working in corporate, and then in 2014 I left the 9-to-5 world altogether and went into the studio full-time. These works are a sampling of my journey. They reflect process development, specifically beginning in 2017 when I discovered gestural abstract painting. Elements of this development include medium, color palette, and the origin of gestural output. From 2017 through mid-2019, my output was entirely visceral. I responded solely to emotion, marks, and composition, leaving interpretation entirely to the viewer. Beginning late 2019, my work became grounded upon preconceived ideas that matter to me, such as the spiritual, the socio-political, race, or memory. Mark making is now extracted from the emotional state inside of the idea. This process requires more thought and includes musings about the idea that are journaled and become integral to presentation. Both approaches involve layering and using additive and subtractive methods that turn disorder into order. In either case, I never know what will show up, but I just love the element of surprise. My ultimate objective is to achieve a composition that is both pleasing and hopefully meaningful on some level. The following pieces were created from the visceral perspective. Falling, 2017. Acrylics and art crayons. Bright red, bright orange, a bit of cool, supported by a neutral ground. This is one of my first round of gestural paintings on large support. I focused on full sweeping gestures, allowing them to develop organically, and experimented with different types of acrylic paint that moved, that had low viscosity, including house paint, which happened to work out very well. Notice how the red form demands attention in space. It reminds me of dream state falling. This piece established my passion for gestural painting. Such freedom. It is really quite wonderful. Re-entry 1 and 2, 2018, were created following a period of stuckness. I was interested in a quieter color palette and working with oils over acrylics. This became my preferred process on canvas. I love the smooth consistency of the oil that creates areas of entry, my arrival space, while revealing the darker acrylic underpainting, the stuck place from whence I came. Open Source, 2019, when I discovered working with acrylics on paper, in this case Reeves printing paper, using a soft color palette and creating areas of entry, similar to Re-entry 1 and 2. Purple, 2018, was a spontaneous, whimsical mark-making session with acrylics on Yupo paper, with a cool color palette and incorporating words, similar to what I did with Clarity and Certainty. Mountain and Shaman, 2018, are early studies in oil, exploring colorful impasto with raw edge presentation. Mountain, oil. Shaman, oil over acrylic. Note the interesting figure that pushed itself forward. A shaman. In these last two works, gestural output is based upon preconceived ideas accompanied by a musing. They are my most recent works, completed earlier this year. Clarity and Certainty. Elevated knowings of faith. I wanted to explore the feeling tones of each. As I unpacked these concepts, I applied layer upon layer of paint, working from dark to light, which I feel is analogous to intellectually or emotionally processing a way of thinking or being. On both, I've applied oil over acrylic, the forms stack in a loose grid pattern, and I've used a primarily soft, colorful palette with neutral areas of entry and a word. Clarity, more space, soft forms and lines. Clarity sometimes hits you like a bolt of lightning, but here it develops gradually. Certainty, a bit more solid, less space, more forms and lines. The darks are a bit darker, more supportive, suggesting that when your faith is certain, it is unshakable.